If you really want the instant formal ingredient on how to make money, simple. Don't overthink it. Don't even chase it, but pursue it. And another way I could simply put this is also find a big problem that needs to be solved. And what is that? At least in these nowadays is AI. AI is about to start taking over certain things, whether it can be certain jobs, certain daily tasks, or whatnot. So, if you really get good at AI, you master AI, you can use it for your advantage and use it for your daily needs of whatever, right? Whatever task may need to be done, you know. But you can also use that in how it can help implement the company. That company will and should pay you top dollar if that's what you're looking for. Or you can find your own mission or purpose in life, your own passion, your own business, and implement AI and kind of take a workload off of certain things in your business or in your, day-to-day life, whatever that is. Because AI is the future in vastly different things. That's the most common thing. So that's really the simple formula. It's nothing too hard. Think about all the famous people, right? You can think about rappers, celebrities, rappers, actors, musicians, you know, um, all the business owners of Apple. You got Apple, you have, Microsoft, all those, electronic stuff, Amazon, all of those people, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, all of them. You know why they're multimillionaires and billionaires? Because they came up with a product slash service that people would have either wanted or needed, in an ever changing economy, ever changing time, you know? Yes, they always wanted the money. The money became the byproduct because they made sure it served a purpose. They made sure it was a big necessity, something that really that people desperately needed, right? What was convenient for other people, you know? That's how money's exchanged. How many people can you serve? How much value can you provide? That's what it comes down to. I know, yes, rich people, companies, corporations, yes, they can be greedy. Yes, not all rich people are bad, but not all of them are good. You know, not all rich people are bad, but just the concept and why they're rich. I know it's a system game, understanding the money game, understanding capitalism. Yes, you do have to understand that as well. But when it comes to just the basic knowledge without all the extra stuff to throw your head in a swivel, it's simply straightforward. Provide value, something of importance. And music isn't even something of importance. We don't need music, but it's a form of entertainment. So if you're not going to do something that's very much considered valuable, I mean, it can be considered valuable to other people. But in the general aspect, or if we're going to group it into topics, guess what? That's fall under entertainment. Rappers, musicians, actors, their value mark is entertainment. Their value mark isn't really desperation or a need or a product or service. It's more of entertainment and wants, like Netflix. It's a streaming service because it's a want. It's not a need, it's a want. you know but if they can persuade you to make it seem like you need it, like you need to crave it, like it's a drug, then yeah, I mean, for certain people, like they can't live without streaming services, and that's just good marketing, you know. So there's that's really what it comes down to, making that kind of money, taking those type of risks, investing that type of stuff in yourself, but it all comes from working, you know, towards a bigger goal, trying to serve a lot of people. If you just work for that company, or you work for Netflix, or you work for Google, or whatever, like if you're in the day-to-day operations, not saying you won't make a lot of good money or any good money, but you're not going to be making the amount of money as the CEO, COO, the owner, or the people on the board of that company. You're just not, because you're going to get rewarded not by how much work you put in, but by your mind, right? Because it all started with the mind. It all started with the belief. So if you're able to take that mind or that dream or passion and create something big, you're always going to get the bigger payout compared to someone who's just working the day-to-day operations. Even if the day-to-day operations is a heavy workload, it's still not going to be rewarded as much as the mastermind or the big brainer behind the whole, company or organization, simply because society, well, not even society, but just capitalism seems, or goes by the narrative of you doing the day-to-day tasks is not as hard as this person's big goal or dream and trying to get this thing started up, trying to get leads, trying to get good employees to run it. They don't look at you doing it as harder, basically, than the person really who was behind it. That's why you won't be paid as much as the people on the board or the people above you or the higher ups. That's why. Simply put, if in case anyone didn't understand that, that's the best simple form of it. But literally, that's pretty much the end of this video. Something short, sweet, to the point, chill. It's something that a lot of people don't understand. And honestly, you could argue that is not fair because, you have to show up to work every day and do these tasks while they get to chill. I mean, they have bigger jobs and positions that they're doing, and it requires a lot of effort too in their own way. But it's more of a mental thing for the higher ups compared to an actual physical labor type of deal. But that's just America, so you got to understand the game. Okay. So if this resonated with you, let me know down below. Comment down any other future videos you may want to see. Make sure you have your post notifications on. That way you get notified every single time I drop a video. Let me know what other videos you may want to see. Health, wealth, fitness, wellness, anything like that of any sort, anything that's trending in the media, let me know. I'll make a quick video on it. If this really hit you personally in some way, or if you really want to take risks, man, save this video, watch it again. And if you know someone who really wants to go take big risks in life or doesn't know if it's worth it, send them this video, because then they'll understand how the structure of said business works. So this was more of an educational video, but until next time, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.